a little bit of a kick in the teeth for English cricket fans. And we said this is England-centric. It is England-centric, but we're starting over in India. Ben Stokes.
We are the IPL, dangerous game of IPL over there. Ben Stokes, broken finger, his first outing for Rajasthan Royals, took a screamer of a catch off Chris Gale, but broke a digit. Finger's gone. He did have a bat afterwards, Rob.
That's pretty hardcore, mate. That takes some balls.
He opened the bat in, 3-ball duck, I believe it was, had a shower, had an X-ray. He's out for 3 months. He's going to miss the 2 Test series against New Zealand, which kicks off over here in June, I believe.
Yep.
Start of June. Also the T20 and ODI series against the touring Sri Lankans. So big miss for somebody that we can officially call the leading cricketer in the world, Ben Stokes. So thoughts on that, Rob, straight off the bat, for a cricketing term there. Do you like that?
It's not great.
So thoughts on that, obviously, and also what about who's going to be looking at that test, the 2 Test series against New Zealand, and thinking that's my spot now?
That's a good point. I'm going to start off with poor old Rajasthan Royals, who spent, I don't know the exact number, but 13 million core.
Isn't it? No, I'm not going down this route. You carry on. Anyway, spent a lot of money on Ben Stokes.
Spent a lot of money on Ben Stokes, and they've got 1 over out of him. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But he is on his way back. It's a bit gutting for England as well, because by the time summer rolls around, he is the equivalent of an Andrew Flintoff that people want to go and see. And there may be fans back in stands watching England play cricket. And it's going to be gutting that Ben Stokes might not be involved in them. But yeah, it's pretty sad times, to be honest, mate. But the options on the table that they've got to go with. I'll tee you up with a name here. I'm going to start with Sam Curran. Sam
does a bit of everything, doesn't he?
He does do a bit of everything, mate. But did you know that Sam Curran once represented Zimbabwe?
What was it, like under 13s or something?
It was exactly under 13.
No.
It was exactly under 13.
Well, what can I say? I know cricket. A little bit. Yeah, well, that's good for him. So, I mean, obviously, he was brought up over there, wasn't he, with his dad? So that's understandable. But yeah, I mean, he's a player that's he's got something, hasn't he? It's the same as what Ben Stokes had when he first come into the Test side. There was a lot of question marks over him, in my opinion. I would have even been one of those people that were questioning what he brought to the team. But you could see the potential, and you could see why the setup was persevering with him. And Sam Curran's another one of those. If he could go and do a Chris Woakes and add himself a 5 or 10 mile an hour onto his bowling consistently, maybe not 10, but maybe if he can get up to 85 plus, he then becomes a proper option with the ball. At the moment, he bowls well, but he's around that 80 mile an hour mark. It's not quite there, is it? Batting, it's getting better and better. He's performing pretty well in the IPL so far, so he's hitting the ground running this summer for England. So you would think that he'd be the first man up.
It gives variety as well to that attack as well. Like,
quick bouncer.
Yeah, quick bouncer, skiddy. Like if they're short of a right arm seamer and they need one, they'll bring in a Chris Woakes, who's very it's not derogatory, but it's such an English style bowling. Whereas Sam Curran gives you that different option. He scored 95 in the one day against India. He can bat, and he is doing really well in the IPL. And we all know white ball cricket doing well in that equates to more Test matches for England. So he's ticking some boxes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Moeen Ali's playing well, batting well at the minute for CSK, number 3. So he'll probably be back at 3 for England. Who knows? But hopefully. I mean, if you go like for like, you've got a Curran, haven't you? Potentially. I mean, Lewis Gregory was there or thereabouts in the Test side a little while ago, wasn't he? So he's somebody that could be there or thereabouts again. But maybe it's just an opportunity for another batsman. Maybe it is an opportunity to bring in another bowler like a Woakes or somebody. You're not going to replace Ben Stokes anymore. It's as simple as that.
You're not. There's not another one. That's essentially what it comes down to. It is when Flintoff went down or both of them went down. It's the guy that does everything for you. He catches it slip and he bats and he bowls. And you essentially need to choose what you take. You either take the extra batting or you take potentially a better bowler. Lewis Gregory, I don't think quite clicks. He needs a real big start to the county season, which he hasn't quite had yet. And I do wonder with England whether he's pigeonholed as a white ball cricketer because he's had success. He's around that T20 squad. He's played in the Big Bash. And although he went at 10, 11 and over, he was still playing a whole season of Big Bash. So I don't think he quite quite gets into the mixer. A Craig Overton may well do.
Yeah, something to consider, isn't it? So Craig, Jamie, I don't know. I mean, they're not dissimilar cricketers in obviously right and left arm, but they're not dissimilar cricketers in their records with a bat, are they? But Craig's probably the one that you would have the nod. But there's so many bowlers that have started the summer well.
Yes.
Maybe just get like 5 or 6 bowlers in. Just get your best 5 or 6 bowlers in. Best 5 or 6, whichever way you want to do it. Best 5 batsmen, best 5 bowlers, and chuck in a wicket keeper to top things off. Because some wicket keepers have been scoring some serious runs as well so far this summer. Summer. I'm calling it summer. I mean, it's sort of summer. It's the summer in England so far that when you look out the window, you go, oh, it's lovely. Shorts on, short sleeve, sunglasses. You get out, don't get in the shade. Chilly.
Proper
Freezing.
Cold. Proper cold.
Exactly.
If you're going to pick a man on form, Rich, where does Ollie Robinson come into this conversation? Because he is absolutely lights out, the Championship's #1 bowler for the first 2 weeks.
He's forcing the hand, isn't he? He's definitely going to be forcing the hand. I mean, he's not going to come in, I don't think, for Ben Stokes. But he's definitely put himself at the front of towards the front of the queue. He's elbowing a few people out of the way at the moment.
And did you know, right, I only found this out from researching podcast type stuff. He is the stepson of Paul Farbrace.
I did not know that.
No, it feels a bit like the Michael Atherton's son thing, where there's just a completely different name, it's really hard to establish any link.
Yeah, you do know there's 2 Ollie Robinsons in county cricket as well.
Oh no,
there is 2.
We're having a Tom Abel moment from last week all over again.